This is Maggie. Today I'm looking at Robin Williams' chart, famous comedian that everyone knew and loved. Yes, he was born in Chicago, but I believe he lived in the Bay Area. I saw him at so many comedy clubs in San Francisco, and I was continually running into him at the airport in the city. And everyone has their favorite stories about Robin. So he was born in Chicago, though, July 21st, 1951, at 1:34 p.m. He has the sun in Cancer, he has the moon in Pisces, and he has the ascendant in Scorpio, which is a water trine, making him extremely sensitive and very intuitive, and a little bit psychic. I mean, he was so quick with the jokes, but that's where the deep sensitivity comes from. The moon in Pisces, his north node is in Pisces in the 4th house, and his moon is opposed to Venus in Virgo. Most of his in the 10th house of career. So he liked his career, and he used his sensitivity, and he turned that into comedy beautifully. Because he had incredible sensitivity. He has Uranus and Mars both in Cancer in the 8th house of Scorpio, which is a water house. So Uranus, he has an aspect to Uranus too. I'll try to do this in orderly fashion. He has, so pretty much everything's up in the midheaven. I did want to comment on his water trine. He has aspects to Jupiter. He has Jupiter in Aries, which is a fire sign, and it's in the sign of Leo, which is a fire sign. And Leo rules entertainment and self-expression and the theater, the arts. And so he's very fiery with his delivery. Aries is very impulsive and rash and just blurts things out. And Robin was very, very lucky with his career in the entertainment field because he had Jupiter there in Leo, ruling the self-expression, theater, and anything on stage. And he was just he would just go off on stage. So that gave him incredible luck and good fortune. And as well as on his midheaven, his midheaven is Leo. Leo, the sign of showmanship, entertainment. So on the MC, he has Mercury, the planet of communication, and he ran with that. And it's conjunct Pluto, so it's together with Pluto, the same sign of Leo in the 9th house, but it's right on the midheaven. So Pluto just gave him, Pluto rules Scorpio, so it gave him just the intensity of his communication. I mean, his delivery was just very fast-witted and sharp and very passionate and intense. His sun is almost in Leo. It's like 26 degrees Cancer. So he has a very prominent midheaven in Leo, as well as the lucky Jupiter in Leo in Aries. So there's an aspect to his Uranus. It's Jupiter in Aries, square Uranus. So square Uranus in Cancer. So that just makes it really. A lot of Cancers have a great sense of humor anyway. They're really funny. And he had so Uranus in Cancer just gave him his own unique, quirky self. I mean, he would go on stage and just go off, and you never knew where where he was going, but he was just hilarious. absolutely hilarious. And so Jupiter opposing Mars and Uranus in Cancer actually probably helped him further his comedic reach, you know, and just make him more impulsive and intriguing with his unique delivery. Very unique, one of a kind. He has so many trines. Those are the easy flowing aspects in his chart. And sextiles as well, easy flowing aspects. I started to count his trines. He has like about 13, which are a lot. So mostly they're, well, between his water signs, which I already went over. And he has one with the Aries and Leo. And but he has incredible water. So let's see. So his ascendant Scorpio. He has Capricorn on he has Gemini rather, the third house. Gemini and Capricorn in the third house of communication. So he brought that to his career. No planets there, but his moon is in Pisces in the fourth house, which is the ruler of Cancer. Because his sun is in Cancer, so you'd want to see where the ruler of Cancer is, which is in Pisces, a very water sign. Giving him incredible sensitivity, and it's trying to Mars and Uranus in Cancer. So that just gave him so much depth of reservoir of deep sensitivity and emotions to spring, you know, to plumb the depths for and just, you know, turn into comedy. And so he just had a whole deep, very deep reservoir. And a lot of comedians are maybe a little insecure, or they've had some pain in their life and they turn that to comedy. I'm just focusing on Robin's midheaven and his positive, very positive traits. Like I said, he has some challenging aspects, but the easy flowing wouldn't seem to outnumber those. You know, I mentioned the square, which is 90 degrees from Aries to Cancer, and he has a square from Uranus to Neptune, so that is pretty off the wall. Uranus is just, it rules Aquarius, so they're really wacky. Neptune is just very illusionary, and those are two outer planets, but Neptune is very elusive, so, and it's spiritual. He has it in the 11th house, which is Uranus's, that's where the ruler is. Uranus is the ruler of Aquarius, so with that square going on between Neptune and Uranus, that just added another dimension to his friendships, his genius, probably, and his maybe an element of spirituality in his friendships. So the only things the lower I see of his chart are the moon in Pisces and Jupiter in Aries. And of course, his ascendant in Scorpio, no planets there, but it formed a trine, grand water trine. So everything else he has in the midheaven. He has Taurus on his 7th house, no planets there, but he made money through his genius wit. I mean, genius, kind of like Jonathan Winters, you know. He would just go off, and people enjoyed his insanity on stage. I mean, he just didn't quite know when to turn it off, but and everybody just loved Robin. So he made a lot of money through partnerships. His seventh house is the house of partnerships. And let's see, the eighth house, he is the seventh and eighth house were where Uranus and Mars are. We went over that already. So the sun, it's cuspy. It's technically in Cancer, but there's usually a 3-degree orb, and it's pretty close to Leo. So I consider like the whole sign MC. That whole thing's the midheaven. So all up there is just kind of ton of planets. So he was meant to be in the public eye, in the spotlight, in some form of entertainment industry, for sure. And a very intense, communicative, passionate performer who loved showmanship, which he was. Venus in Virgo, he liked his work. He enjoyed his work. That's his 10th house of career. So if you look strictly at his 10th house of career and saw Venus in Virgo, I mean, you'd have to look at the Leo stuff as well, the MC Leo, to see that it would be an entertainment career. Maybe not so much a medical or health profession career, but he, probably did give him some perfectionism. Let's see, he has Saturn. Make sure where Saturn is. Saturn, he has it also in Virgo. It's in Virgo, but it's in the 11th house, so friendships. So he was just very steadfast with his friendships. So there could have been some isolation with some of his friends. He did a lot of touring and traveling, but he had so many acquaintances, and in this sign of Aquarius, you just meet, they have so many friends and acquaintances. I don't want to go too long on this, so I pretty much covered his whole midheaven. Neptune in Libra in the 11th house, that's an air house. Traditionally ruled by Aquarius, and that's his Neptune in Libra is air. But that square from Neptune to Uranus interests me, and the square from Uranus to Jupiter in Aries, I think gave him a lot of, because Uranus can just be off the wall, strange and unusual, eccentric. So that's where he got a lot of his comedic genius, I believe, from some of the challenging aspects. I mean, it's just a whole composite of the chart, the whole chart, of course. So his aspects, he has, his elements, he has fire, Jupiter, Mercury, Pluto, the MC, and Chiron, all in fire. Cardinal, fixed, and mutable. Air, he only has Neptune and Libra in the 11th house of friendships. So a lot of his friendships were with people in the arts, probably fellow comedians, musicians, just about everyone. Everybody, loved to hang out with him. But with the grand water trine, I think he needed that time to himself to recharge. He definitely would need that to be an interior person and recharge his batteries after, his performances. So he would probably take some downtime and need that. In Earth, he has Venus and Saturn in Virgo, making him very analytical, and it's in the career sector, so making him just steadfast with his career and liking it and perfecting it. The water is the predominant element next to fire, and he has Sun, Mars, Uranus, the Ascendant, the Moon, and the North Node. So the North Node, I already mentioned, had an opposition to Venus in Virgo, which is his 10th house. So he brought his great, deep sensitivity, because the Moon rules the 4th house, it rules Cancer. So it's in Pisces. So he brought that into comedy, into his work, and just reach down into great depths to get it. I mean, Jonathan Winters, one of the great comedians that he emulated, or that he respected, just kind of went insane. He just, there's a fine line between comedy and sanity, But there's also genius, there's also genius. So, so Robin's predominantly fire and water, very good mix, the elements. He has a beautiful chart. I'll post it. There was an aspect to Pluto I wanted to mention. He has Pluto sextile Neptune. Yes, so Pluto and Leo sextile Neptune. That's easy flowing aspect. So Pluto's up in Leo in his career house, and Neptune's in Libra. So that just gives like more communication about his career and his fame, and just it just progressed his career in a deep way. And he had Pluto trine Jupiter, which I thought was very important. Pluto trine Jupiter, that's because they're both in Aries. I may have covered that. Pluto being in Leo, as well as he has Mercury in Leo, also trine Aries. Jupiter in Aries. So Leo, fire trining Jupiter in Aries just gave him incredible good luck and depth and good fortune. And then Mercury, just the communication and there was no boundaries with Robin. He had no boundaries when it came to his delivery. And with his Mars on the Scorpio, he's he had no boundaries either with some of the material he joked about. God bless Robin Williams. He's a wonderful comedian, and I'm very happy to have met him. When I met him at the airport, we were in a shuttle, and he was making Mork noises at me when he was in Mork and Mindy. He was a funny guy. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this. If you like my channel, please subscribe. Thank you. Bye.